So I finally get to do the video that my whole channel is about. The other day while I was cruising around, I ran across a thrift store, and look what I finally picked up right here. The vaunted Wilson ProStaff 6.0 85. I found this thing at a thrift store for like $6. So you can see it, it's got the old graphite Kevlar one. ProStaff is clearly seen on the racket. And we know for a fact it's not the St. Vincent because there's something that's supposed to be located here. It's an L4.5 on it. It's got some issues with the crown a little bit. There's some kind of scuff marks over here. But if we take a look at the bumper guard, it's actually in pretty darn good shape. So there it is. And this thing is going to be in my upcoming videos here with Wilson lineage. But there it is. So finally, I've got this old racket in my possession. So the first thing I want to do with this thing is I'm going to cut out the strings and just put in a real basic string setup. This is definitely not going to be my #1 racket. This is just a collector's item and a possible hit with it. Just a little FYI for you all here. Let's make sure that while I am saying that it is the Wilson 6.0, please do not get it confused with this racket right here. This is the ProStaff 6.1 Classic. So the 6.0 that I'm doing here is the grandfather of this racket. Progression of the Wilson ProStaff 6.0. All right, so as before stated earlier in the video, we got rid of the strings. That's gone now. Then we put on a Turn-A-Grip, tacky grip on it to cover and protect the leather grip handle. So that's going in there. I've cleaned up the frame quite a bit. It was dirty and a lot of goo from the labeling and the soldering tag on it. And then I added these in here, which is the little power strips as a salute to Pete Sampras. Now this is not the exact configuration he had. That was a lot more complex, but I figured I'd just throw it in there just for a nod over that direction. And this is coming along nicely. Now it's stringing time. We're gonna put some strings on this bad boy. All right, let's rock and roll. The racket lives. Oh, here it is. Now we got some strings on this thing. There it is. White. It's Babolat synthetic gut. Yeah, that's what I put on it. And as you can see, I also put a nod over Pete's direction with the proper vibration dampener. And the string job I did here was a 2-piece instead of a 1-piece. Every time I go to the 1-piece, that just drives me crazy for some reason. But yeah, this thing is going to be ready for some hitting. And it's stiff, I know. But legacy racket, legacy technology. It's time to check this bad boy out. Oh yeah, good times. It's made it out to the court. The vaunted ProStaff 85 finally made it out to the court. See how this thing does in my little experimental video today. Hello everyone. The vaunted Wilson ProStaff 6.0 85 is back in action. Yes, I finally made it out here to the tennis court despite everything that's going on with COVID-19. So there's not too many people out here. Everybody that I know is in hiding now because of the crisis that's going on. But I decided to come out here and try this thing. And yeah, I did all those little mods with it. And just for what I'm doing here, this thing is really heavy and really stiff. So let's go take a look at this thing for a little bit. Yep, that's more like it. So the deal with this racket is it's really stiff, and with the extra weight that I've got it here in these two corners, it does add some more power to it, but it really feels stiff. Just even with this basic synthetic that I've got installed on it, but this is something that I really don't want to play with as a main racket. This is something where, you know, it was something I wanted to pick up and I want to put it inside the racket collection. This is about as far as it's going to go, but still, this thing is something. It's really is a control stick and a half.